I'm trying to get my affairs in order coming up for the spring, trying to figure out concerts to go to and things I want to do. And
Business decisions.
Business decisions. You know, I only got a certain amount of money and I can only divvy it up in fun ways, only so much. And there was an activity that's happening next month down at the Airport Hilton that got me pretty excited. And I was going to share this with you guys. This is from an article, Anna Merlan writing for Vice Magazine. And this is about the Conscious Life Expo.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this shit. This sounds so fun. The Conscious Life Expo is the largest New Age health and wellness expo in the U.S. It's usually a genial, chaotic circus. For 3 days every February, the halls of a Los Angeles Hilton burst with psychics, UFO experts, self-proclaimed extraterrestrial laser light workers, and healers of all stripes. Plus, table after table of crystals, pyramids, oils, potions, and dubious cure-alls.
How did Go Girl not sponsor this?
They went out of business too soon.
Yeah.
You know, they absolutely missed the boat on this.
Still tastes like shit.
Yeah.
The back of my throat, it won't go away.
I'm still reeling a little bit from that.
The founder, Robert Quicksilver.
Of course, yeah, birth name, of course.
Absolutely, yeah, got to be his real name.
He said recently that the expo made it through the pandemic by the skin of its teeth. The 2021 expo happened online and 2022 happened at its usual location, but was a little quiet. And he says, quote, people were still afraid, but he expects that this year it's going to be different. It's going to be as busy a show as it's ever been, he said. And his son, whose name is Michael Satva.
Okay.
So again, like a totally fucking fake name that he stole from Patrick Swayze in Point Break, Bodhisattva. Yeah. He is a co-producer of the event, and he said that they expect to see between 8,000 and 12,000 attendees at this thing. I don't know if y'all spend much time at the Hilton down there, but
oh yeah,
that's pretty fucking huge for that building.
Well, over
for this
3
thing.
days, you know.
Yeah, I suppose.
People are coming and going all day long.
But this year, Conscious Life is also introducing a brand new and potentially controversial element called the Rabbit Hole Room.
So the QAnon room.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it's all like pyramids and healing oils and all this bullshit. And then they have a room that is specifically for the craziest crazy people of all time.
You know that there will be security guards out front wearing masks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here's some of the speakers that are going to be appearing in the Rabbit Hole Room. And
D. Snyder.
there is one comedian that I gotta talk about in a moment. But so featured speakers include anti-vaccine heavyweight Del Bigtree.
Is that how he's listed?
That is what the article says. He's,
Anti-vaccine heavyweight champion of the world, Del Bigtree.
Yeah, wait, we got to do it this way. Del Bigtree. There we go. But his lecture is titled Transmuting the Agenda and promises to, quote, expose the fraud, lies, and various conflicts of interest that have allowed the pharmaceutical industry to evade safely testing for vaccines. So that's one thing.
You know what I hate about stuff like this? It's like
Everything.
Yeah. Like the thing that drives me nuts is like you're making me want to defend the pharmaceutical industry.
I know.
Yeah. And I'm not a fan of the pharmaceutical industry.
Right.
But like I don't like them either. But like this isn't the thing,
Right.
there, Chief.
Yeah, there's, as I've always said, there's like a fork in the road where you can go one way and be a normal person with a real criticism of power of existing power, and then there's the other way, which is way easier to understand, which is a left turn into crazy town.
Yeah, like criticizing pharmaceutical companies to make medicines more affordable for people, that's an understandable thing to do. But
Yeah.
but to go off and to say that they're trying to poison everybody or whatever the fuck their agenda is.
Right. And my favorite thing is like if you just think that all the way through, it's like they're just trying to make money, man. It's like, yeah, but if everyone dies, they don't make the money.
Right.
So it has to work. It's just it's too expensive is the issue.
But I will say this: after I got the most recent booster, I have been jittery and walking backwards.
Oh, me too.
Thing.
Oh, I've been doing backflips like that little dog, you know, that you turn on and it just and then it does a backflip.
That dog was vaccinated.
Yeah,
too.
that's what happened, actually.
That's the thing.
I've been pretty okay, except for like 20 minutes before I go to sleep, I like directly communicate with the pyramids. In Giza. Yeah, it's just for like 20 minutes, and then I'm communicated with psychologically about how to overturn the U.S. government. But that's
It's enough with the wow. Shut up! I'm trying to sleep. Another speaker, Sean Stone. son of director Oliver Stone, who will be giving a talk about the Great Awakening, a term usually used in QAnon circles. New Age filmmaker Frank Jacob.
QAnon Nepo babies has got to be it.
It's the most annoying version, too. It's like Oliver Stone's annoying on his own. It's like now the next degradation of that gene pool is worse somehow.
Betty has a band, too.
I'm sure they're going to open for him. New Age filmmaker Frank Jacob will speak about how the Large Hadron Collider at CERN is, quote, being used to open portals to other dimensions in a timeline war.
Oh, man. The Hadron Collider shit is the funniest.
That one, that's almost like pre-QAnon. Like when
I remember hearing about that shit back in like 2012.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
yeah,
like
when it first came out, people instantly were like, I don't know what this is, but it's bad.
Yeah, well, it's like
Yeah,
a black hole.
Physicists, like, what we're talking about is the quantum, this space.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? You dropped out of high school in freshman year.
Think about the science, bro. It's like the black hole will open and then the Terminator will come through, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be fully naked. That'll make me feel bad because I'll look like that. You know?
yeah, I think the CERN thing is the last fun conspiracy theory before it just ruined an entire generation's brain. Like that was the very
Hadron
last
Collider one. Yeah,
I think because that's the most recent technology. Like I've said many times, there was a point where it was like UFOs and Bigfoots and fun stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh no, this is just everyone believes the craziest shit you've ever heard.
Yeah,
but I'd go to that one. That one sounds interesting. About
at least show me the weird stuff behind this. Like, here's what I believe that this is to be. Tell me about your weird fucking beliefs. Because I want to know how crazy you get.
Then there's this person, Laura Eisenhower, who purports to be the great-granddaughter of Dwight Eisenhower. She will discuss how attendees can, quote, de-weaponize the dark technologies that have been implemented upon us. Laura Eisenhower alleges that her great-grandfather entered the U.S. government into treaties with extraterrestrial entities.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic conspiracy theory right there, that after the bombs in Japan that Eisenhower had to get in front of those aliens and be like, yo, sorry. Yeah, 'cause I believe that's how Eisenhower talked.
Like yo.
Yeah, like an 80s B-boy.
Like the fourth Beastie Boy.
No sleep till military-industrial complex? I don't. All of this represents a new era for Conscious Life. After years of denying that conspiracy theories are a major facet of the exposition and a big draw for its thousands of attendees, its organizers are much more openly making a place for them. And so the person who wrote this interviewed these people in 2020, right before the pandemic started, was the last one. So probably the first COVID case in Los Angeles came out of this place, if we're being real.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's just my personal theory, but I mean, it happened in like
you kind of hope so.
February 2020.
Yeah.
So this is from the article. When we last spoke in early 2020, Robert Quicksilver was clear. He didn't particularly like conspiracy theories, and he didn't want that kind of content at Conscious Life. Quote, I don't do disclosure or conspiracy stuff or secret stuff. It's more about healing and health. So
I mean, like, if anti-vax conspiracy theories made their way into like GNCs, then they're certainly going to make it into like 3-day weekend aliens corroborated with JFK.
Well, and also like this is like, having a bunch of sharks come and then be surprised there's remora hanging off their ass. Like they come with the package. It's just part of it. She says, as I wrote at the time, this was not strictly speaking true. For years, Conscious Life has hosted obvious conspiracy theory content along with lectures about angels, miraculous healing, UFOs, and alternate dimensions. In 2015, they had a conspiracy panel that was literally titled Conspiracy Panel.
Man, I mean, I like these people that they're just getting into everything.
Yeah.
Not the collider angels. They probably are into the fucking like weather control shit.
Area 51.
They're into the cool conspiracies, not all the just pedophile ones.
Not the Tom Hanks baby-eating pedophile ones,
That one's true, though.
I mean, I've seen that. I mean, living here, you do see that. You see
Tom Hanks is actually at the corner of Sunset and Gower right now eating a baby.
Well, I live across the street from from my kindergarten. I just always see him down the street, be like, with like a trench coat, like flapping in the wind. It's just something you see when you live out here.
Oh yeah. Kim Basinger is at Nubu right now eating child sushi.
I saw John C. Reilly eating kid kebabs.
That's with the garlic sauce from Zanku. Ooh,
Yeah,
buddy.
I mean, it's a taste of the town. You got to try it.
It is a taste of the town. So one of the conspiracy panel was hosted by Sean David Morton, and they describe him as a jolly UFO guy and financial conspiracy theorist who, along with his wife Melissa, later went to prison for fraudulent tax returns.
All right.
So Quicksilver was insistent at the time that panels like those had been blips on the overall face of what the expo is about. Quote, I learned my lesson and I stopped that, he said. I became disinterested in conspiracy stuff completely. There's things I'm interested in and things I'm not. If I don't like it or if it's not my cup of tea, it doesn't have to be at the expo. I like art and beauty and spiritual things. This year, he acknowledged that it was a bit different, in large part to his son. So this guy is like a 90s crystal incense UFO pyramid motherfucker, but now he's got his little shithead son who's booking most of this expo, and he's the one bringing in all the weird QAnon types.
Are any of these people actually QAnon?
So,
They're just into more fun ones.
Fucking Sean Stone
except
is
for the anti-Jew one.
Yeah,
of course.
Sean Stone, Oliver Stone's kid, 100% is like full on fucking QAnon.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Do QAnon people say they're QAnon people?
No,
or do they always hint at it, and so it's like, people will get that I'm this.
Yeah, it's
coded.
it's catchphrases.
Yeah.
It's sort of
I'm just awake, brother. Like some shit like
right.
that.
Yeah. If you ever heard the terms like the Great Awakening or any shit like that, unless they're talking about 1820s America,
right,
then,
of course.
But deciding who to invite to present at the expo is a complicated thing, as both Sattva and Quicksilver acknowledged. I love that the son also has a different last name that he made up. For one thing, since Conscious Life is such a major event, anyone who's invited to speak is potentially growing their audience exponentially. There's also the fact that some of the most popular type of presenters, like say psychics, are inherently hard to vet.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back and do this math. Exponentially growing their audience, and they're expecting max 12,000 people. How low do you have to be to get to because if you just like double things enough times, like you get to 1 million in under 30,
Right. Yeah. This is true.
How much does it get to get, how many times do you have to double something to get to 12,000?
Like 8 times?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And keep in mind, that's probably like, it could be 5,000 more or 5,000 less than that. Probably 5,000 less. So it'll probably be 2,000 people max there.
Right. Well, and I just like the phrase, psychics are hard to vet.
Yeah.
It's like
they didn't predict my future accurately enough.
Yeah, you like sit them down and be like, what is my grandmother's name?
In 20 minutes, what will I be doing? You will be out of this room. You're good. You are good.
You'll either be at Arby's or taking a shit, depending on whether or not you've eaten lunch.
It's right next to Arby's. It's at the Netflix building right next to Arby's.
Hey, but this is down by the airport. They ain't shit down there. Arby's is the best thing down by the airport. One of his biggest concerns, he said, was censoring the dialogue presented by the attendees. So this is where we get into the whole don't cancel me, bro thing. Quote, I think it's the responsibility of the individual to assess what's in front of them, to try to find fact from fiction. It's a tricky thing to ask the public, but I don't think there's any other way to do it. This is the guy presenting The Rabbit Hole Room, which is another way to describe losing your mind. So
Rabbit Hole responsible for so many YouTube Premium signups.
He says, we don't want anything inciting hate or violence. We don't want anything political, and we want to be careful how we present anything related to health and healing. I'm like, you're doing it wrong by presenting this thing at all.
Just fun stuff, Bigfoot,
lizard people.
Yeah, lizard people.
Lizard people, Bigfoot, stuff like that. Area 51.
Yeah. Oils. My favorite was there was like an extraterrestrial light healing. I liked that one where you just sit in a room full of lasers.
Is that a Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
No, I think it's literally they just shine lasers on you while you're in a room and you just breathe.
They take laser pointers and shine it directly in your eyeball.
Yeah. They just recreate
I like the
Monday
idea.
Nitro from 99. Just Goldberg with lasers on his face.
I like the idea that you could buy potions.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like a RPG or something.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know you could actually buy something called a potion still. Thought that stopped like hundreds of years ago.
I mean, at this schmuck festival, you have to have actual useless vials.
Oh, yeah. Vaccine and COVID conspiracy theories seem to underpin a lot of what's going on in the rabbit hole room, and health and wellness are, in general, Satva said, where it gets tricky. If it's here that he's willing to go towards what looks like the fringe. For instance, this year, and we've talked about this before, the expo is going to feature Tesla biohealing chambers. So if you remember the med beds, where it's a can of magic that costs $20,000 that you put under your bed, and the magic fixes your whatever's ailing you, they're gonna have these at the thing.
They're gonna have the magic cans.
They got the magic cans.
They're by Tesla now.
No, that's just what they named it because
I
Tesla,
made that mistake too.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
just
Elon Musk is in on this.
No, it's just what they named it because Tesla is a last name, so you can just name.
Yeah,
so they're called like Tesla Biohealing is the name of the company. But
I mean, so's McDonald's.
I mean, good point. That, and they also have devices that promise to heal the genome itself.
Oh, that's my problem lately. Is my genome so like achy in the morning? Like you turn 38, and all of a sudden your genome is
I'm about to be 36, and I'm like my genome's starting to swell a little bit.
Yeah.
Hurts when I sit down.
I come from a long line of sick people, and I need alien lasers to zap the ghosts of my family's past.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
You start living here long enough, you start, you don't just turn your nose up at these things. After a while, you're like, well, the genome could use a fresh coat of paint.
Tom Hanks is eating these babies. They must be good for you.
I mean, what do I know, He's in A Man Called Otto. I'm not in A Man Called Otto. I want to be a man called Otto.
You're not argue with a man who's in A Man Called Otto. That's what I always say.
I don't know what that movie's about. But I'm sure Tom Hanks' character is named Otto.
I have seen the trailer enough times to believe that the movie is about a man who is an asshole who must become Tom Hanks.
Okay.
There we go, yeah.
He's got to reach a Hanksian level of niceness by the end of the film.
I see.
So
is A Man Called Otto going to sponsor this Schmuck Festival?
Maybe. Ooh, man. Think of the sub-conspiracies that would breed. If you showed up at the conspiracy festival and there was fucking Tom Hanks posters everywhere, you'd be like, oh my God, it's a trap. They're trying to kill me and eat my babies.
How fun would that be if you had like fuck you money to like sponsor something like this? This thing brought to you by Tom Hanks, and they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Fuck you money of that caliber comes from disappointing Nepo babies.
Yes. Oh,
Chet Hanks can throw his money into this.
Or fucking Sean Stone.
Or,
Yeah. The one thing Quicksilver said that he doesn't want to see, even in the rabbit hole, is the QAnon nonsense, he says. I have no taste or flavor for that. That's an important distinction. And I'm
just like Go Girl.
Yeah. And I'm like, Sean Stone is performing at your thing. He says, I can understand having conversations and points of view, but for people to say stupid things, that's just what QAnon seems to me. Stupid thing. He says, I hope when you write this article, you draw that distinction. I don't want any association with the bad stuff. Rooms where lasers fix your family genome, that's cool. But the bad stuff, yeah. Anyway.
How does it affect your MRA, though?
Your
mRNA or whatever. Yeah. What do they call, what's under attack?
mRNA here.
The vaccines. All of ours is morphed now.
Yeah. This is funny.
Start growing tails probably next year.
Around there.
This is funny.
Avatar tails.
Ooh, yeah.
They connect with our cars.
I was gonna say, but you can fuck with those tails.
The way of the Honda Civic.
you have to get another vasectomy for the Avatar tail.
Yeah. Dude, those things are full of cum.
That's all they are. Tillicum, the whale. This is funny. They've placed the rabbit hole room at the lowest level of the hotel. So to get there, you have to go down a long hallway and down into the bowels of the building. Quote, it's to make fun of it, he added. So
a little self-awareness, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So he's just got the crazy shit in the darkest basement, which is just going to be a COVID dungeon down there.
So we're going to have a makeshift janitor's closet on the third floor, I guess, because they're doing the rabbit hole room in there.
Yeah.
They're going to do this year, the rabbit hole room. It's going to be packed,
Oh, yeah.
And next year they're going to be like, oh, fuck. Like, the only way our stupid little fest thing is if we appeal to these meatballs. The whole thing.
Oh, man. You got to post screenshot of just what their webpage looks
like.
It looks like it was on HTML.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This looks like the webpage I made in middle school.
There's a little Stardust tracker when you move the mouse around. That's crazy.
And there's a road cone with an animated verb that says under construction.
Is that a little counter of how many people have visited the site at the bottom?
Ooh, we got some GeoCity shit going on.
I was going to say, it's playing a MIDI version of the NWO theme song. Wow. No,
I used to think that was actually Rage Against the Machine who did that.
Sounds pretty close.
Are you ready? My favorite is how he says the word masters. To bow to the masters. Break it down. This shit. As soon as I read the article, I immediately was like, I got to see how much are tickets. And most of the premium packages are sold out. Unfortunately, they had
what?
Yeah. So they had the platinum VIP experience.
They put those on there knowing nobody will buy it. You put sold out, and then that's going to drive people to buy the lesser things.
Absolutely.
Those were never on sale.
They're probably reselling their own tickets.
Yeah.
Above face value.
They have the Diamond Getaway, which has nights at the hotel. It includes a hotel package. They've got a VIP experience that's got priority seating, and the Bring a Friend Getaway. Which has 3-day passes.
Indoctrinate a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Q-pill your friend giveaway.
Q-pill your friend who just went through a tragedy who has nothing to lose.
That's a great first date idea, though.
Ever thought about how you've been lied to your whole life?
You got 3 days to spare real quick?
The all-access platinum tickets, by the way, $600.
Wow.
Which is way more than I'm willing to pay.
Wait, is that not including staying in the hotel?
No, that just gives you entry into all events.
Okay, so that's included 3 nights at the hotel. Then I'm like, all right, do some math here.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Hilton? 3 nights at the Hilton? It's
no
gonna be
hotel.
worse.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. No, that's just
I bet it's not even including parking.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's just so you can get into everything. But then they still have, I guess, remaining ones that are, let's see, I think it was $45 just to walk in the building.
Rivers.
I might do
There's
it.
a volunteer/media tab.
Oh, God.
You could be one or both of those things.
You just changed the description of this podcast to the most truth-seeking podcast on the internet.
Yeah,
and then you file for it like a press pass.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you could so easily do this.
Liberal-
They'd let anyone from the media come in here.
Just change the description to say the liberal media is ruining the essential oils industry.
This is cut to 2 weeks later where I have to I'm going to try to scrub my name from every episode of this podcast. Like a big Q-pill podcast. I think Harter's in some QAnon podcasts out there.
That'll happen, man, when you go to LA,
Dude, you
brother.
could go there and just fucking walk around and film crazy people.
That's all I want.
As the media person, you would have more right to do it than if you're just some guy.
That's true.
$45.
Yeah, I should do it.
I guarantee you they would let you in. I guarantee you they wouldn't even look into who you are.
Nobody's clicked that link yet.
Yeah.
No way.
The day pass is $35 for Friday. $35 in advance, $40 at the door. So I was like,
it's like a comedy show set up.
Okay, so I'm glad
Bring 10 friends and
yeah, it's a bringer show.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned comedy because there was one act on this list that I haven't told you about.
Mentioned a comedian,
and he is performing in the Rabbit Hole Room.
In the Rabbit Hole Room.
Yeah, that's right. And his name is Alex the Comic.
Okay.
That's not just his Facebook fan page.
So this is a picture of the guy, and
it's kind of a postmodern take on comedy, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
well, so believe it or not, there are a lot of comedians named Alex. So just calling yourself Alex the Comic doesn't really help your SEO at all. So he's kind of hard to find.
Do they have a bio on here?
They do.
Most comics have a bad bio.
Does it say he's from Los Angeles? We got 4 people that have done stand-up for various amounts of years.
Never heard of Alex the Comic.
Never heard of this Alex the Comic.
I mean, this is a guy
up-and-coming
who
talent.
would go up at Flappers or some place in North Hollywood. And as soon as they said his name, you'd just be be like, okay, I'm going to go find someone to have a conversation with.
Well, not only does he go up at Flappers, Sam, he takes it to the streets. So I'll put this video up on our YouTube. So I believe this is kind of what made him infamous. He got in his car, I guess, during COVID and was driving down the streets with a megaphone, and this happened.
There's definitely not a psychological operation happening when you're convinced of a reality that's based on fear that has nothing to do with what's actually happening. You shut the fuck up.
A guy comes up and starts smashing his window with a bicycle.
Let him finish the bit. This was like...
You're insane, bro.
Like,
You're insane.
I want to know where that was going.
Get the fuck away from this guy. Dude, get the fuck out of here, man.
Get away from this guy. I can't.
We're trying to wake people up because you've been psyoped. We love you, people. You're literally been psyoped.
Oh, yeah. So, guy with a bike he was making trouble in the neighborhood and got
crowd work is tough.
Crowd work is tough.
See, this is one of those things you learn.
That's the worst crowd work video I've seen on social media in a while. And there's been a bunch lately.
He should caption that and put it on Instagram.
Comic gets owned by bike rider.
I think this is something we all learn as bad children. When you are yelling stuff out of a car window, you don't do it in traffic.
No,
you do it when you're speeding. Yeah, you
have
speed
to have
through
the
that red light.
getaway planned already when you're yelling.
Yeah,
stuff
as soon
at
as
people.
that light on the other side of the intersection turns yellow, that's your moment to scream some shit because you're about to get the green and go.
Me and my friend Derek used to make an art of this back in Birmingham, Alabama.
When I was living in Portland, I was skateboarding home from work one day. Long day at the warehouse. And some kids yell at me, they yell something out the window at me, and I catch up to them at the red light, and I just stand next to the car. I was like, guys, you can't do that and go to a red light. What are you doing? They all rolled up their windows and wouldn't look at me, and I wasn't gonna do anything. It was just dumbasses.
You're just what if I was crazy?
Yeah. What if I was crazy? What if I was going to use this gun in my car? I'm not going to. Oh, dude.
What did they yell?
Is standard stuff hey, you're so good looking.
Right? Yeah, you're so smart.
The last one I had when I was walking down the street is a guy who goes, "Hey, you got herpes." I laughed so hard,
dude. All right, so one time I was working in Nashville, and it was randomly snowing. It never snows there. And I was sitting outside on my break, and I was thinking about how much I hated this fucking job. And there's not a car on the street. And then this huge white truck comes by, and you can see the guy the driver already laughing. And then the guy leans out, and the passenger leans out of the car and goes, "Yo, you fat and ugly." And I laughed so fucking hard. And then he slowly because he had to drive slow and there was snow, but he kind of just hooked a right, and then we locked eyes and both laughed at him calling me fat and ugly. And then I quit that job a week later. That guy helped me.
Did it?
Yeah. Rules.
When I first started growing a mustache in 2010, it was just real crusty and shit like that. And I was walking, and some guy just yells, "Get it, mustache!" And I just thought, normally somebody would yell something about me being fat, so I was like, I'll take that. That's better.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
My friend Derek's go-to was he would find people doing yard work, and they'd be like, "Clean that fucking lawn." People didn't really know what to do with it. They'd just be like, I am.
Do that job.
Yeah, mow that fucking lawn. Shit like that.
This is what his description on the ConsciousLifeExpo.com says.
Back to Alex the comic.
Yeah, this is Alex the comic.
Back to Alex the comic.
Alex.
Which yeah.
Let's talk about Carter being fat and ugly.
It was a great moment. It was a foundational moment in my life.
Alex will lead you down the rabbit hole of all the craziness that we've experienced the last couple of years.
So he's Jim Brewering out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have anything cool. You're oh man, well you're
at least he was Goat Boy.
Yeah. Half baked, man. No, none of that.
God, Jim Brewer's comedy now, dude. Oh, that is the cringiest shit.
I
mean, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
I'm trying to work in this town.
He says, expect to laugh your tension away while awakening a greater spiritual awareness. Alex will share techniques not only to connect you with your higher self, but also to clear your energetic field of non-beneficial energies, which I'm sure we've all experienced a few over the past couple of years. So this is just a crazy guy ranting about the pandemic. Alex will share his spirit-guided vision for the new Earth and how we can co-create our preferred reality and a smooth ride into ascension together.
This is a comedian.
This is the comic.
Alex said nothing about him being funny.
No, no, and also
audiences love his.
His record, bro. You've literally been psyop.
Hit by a bike.
His headshot was also a much younger man that was in that van.
Yeah. Well, he's apparently been doing stand-up since 1997, but I am more worried about the phrase "a smooth ride into ascension together." I'm like, that's Jim Jones, right?
That is a lot of like the anti-vax sentiment. I think is a lot of people slipping into middle age and having midlife crises and then completely pivoting into like nutty shit as opposed to giving up the dream in any sort of capacity. I think this is like one of those cases where it's like found a little salt and the pepper in his hair and shit, and he was just like, well, I'm not going to fucking quit.
Right.
Well, first he did a couple bits about how his pubes are gray now. I'm on a couple gray pubes. Great stuff, always. And that didn't work.
You can run that by the mics a few times.
Could you find him doing comedy?
I found a very old video of him doing
been around
comedy.
Since 1997.
Yeah, like, so whatever he was doing.
This is the best promotion he's ever gotten.
Yeah. Granted, the video that they shot was like pretty decent looking, but the only joke that I remember was he was explaining to an audience in Sweden about gay chicken. He's like, it's where two straight guys get as close as they can to kissing without backing down. And then he goes, but you don't want to play gay chicken if the other guy's actually homosexual. And then he has the biggest crowd laugh I've ever heard, where I'm just like, he dubbed that in. Because he's in Sweden, where they're not responding to this joke in the way an American
he dubbed
audience
in crowd
will.
Response from Gladiator.
Yeah.
He got the Joaquin Phoenix doing this.
Yeah, I couldn't find any current stuff. That bike smashing video is the most recent comedy, quote unquote, that I found of his.
Well, if you do go to this and you see Alex the comic set, he's going to open be like, hey, you ever play gay chicken?
Well, I wasn't allowed to play gay chicken because of the fake COVID pandemic.
You start with your red hot bit that always works.
Yeah. You can't, you know what? Stop me. A mask. You can't play gay chicken in a mask.
I imagine he has a large social or semi-large social media presence.
I think he's probably been banned from every social media site, if I had to guess. The last person, I did just want to bring this up because it was fun. There's a woman named Karina Valesco. So they have the whole convention over the weekend, and then Monday they have something called PostCon, where they've just got more psychos just bat and clean up on Monday, like fucking Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock. And this is Karina Velasco, and her program is called Breath Flow, Orgasmic Breathing. Exactly. It's a whole room of people just going, oh yeah, like this is
people with breathing apparatuses in their neck and shit be like, yeah. Give it, you fuck.
Baby. Oh, baby, that's great. Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck!
We got to get day passes to this.
I want to go. I want to go to this. She says,
I was lining up some concerts this weekend too. I was like, oh.
She says, your breath is a very powerful tool with the power to transform your life. This session is a journey through the art of orgasmic breath in tune with frequencies to enhance liberation. Through through various techniques. We will activate, harmonize, energize, and clear out our energetic field. That's what you did earlier this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Cleared out your energetic field. Oh, God.
Just go into this room. Here's a cup. Clear out your energetic field. What?
We will grant you access to a higher state of consciousness and flow. In this flow, we can experience greater creativity, awareness, focus, pleasure, and freedom. After the breath, we will integrate with a crystal meditation and gong bath. So you're just in a room and they're just banging gongs.
Dude, they had a sound bath at my job the other day. This is a new level of scam.
Whoa.
What is
Did you get in it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my God. Tell me everything. I've always wanted to do this scam.
It's like, I got to do it for free, and you get, like he said, which doesn't really make it better.
Do you know the sound bath? Have you heard of this?
I am aware of the concept, but I've never been around, experienced, or known anybody that's done it.
Oh, God.
It's like they basically just play, like, drones and stuff, but, like, you know, like...
So you're listening to, like, sleep the entire time?
If only. It's more like Brian Eno-y sort of, like...
The Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum.
Oh, yeah, if it was proggy and circusy, that'd be... I mean, it's more like a tone. Like, they'll just play, like, a tone, and then, like, you, like, lay down and fall asleep, and they give you all these, like, warnings of being like, now, you might start thinking about your past, and that might be a little scary to you. And like say shit like that beforehand. And then it's just a bunch of people there who've like spent their $60 and they're like, you know, I'm just gonna get the most out of this. And it's just
Wait,
like,
did you pay to do this?
Fuck no, it was free. So like my coworker was like, you can do it if you want. And I was like, all right, sure.
How long does it last?
It lasted like 30 minutes.
Dang.
I could like just hear the traffic outside.
Yeah, of course. You're on the Pacific Coast
So
Highway.
that's all I could hear.
Yeah.
And the refrigerators. But yeah, it was some nonsense. But you know, it was a P.T. Barnum situation of suckers and being born every minute and sort of one of those things.
By the way, she says that she is the creator of energy momentum healing technique and the Yorgasmic method, an energy path of love and sexuality. Her mission is to guide people to awaken their potential and to be themselves in freedom. So sounds like a hell of a time, y'all. I am toying with the notion of throwing down the money or doing what Sam says, showing up with a fake ass lanyard and be like, yeah, I'm from the New York Times.
They'll give you the lanyard.
Yeah, you don't have to scam your way into this.
Oh, I might try though. It might be just fun just to try to get my way in. But anyway,
okay. So I've been spending the last several minutes looking up information about
You've been
Alex,
researching, yeah.
Alex the comic.
Have you found Alex the comic?
I have found him. He doesn't have much of a Twitter base. He mostly uses Twitter to reply to other anti-vax accounts.
Cool.
About how the vaccine's bad and shit like that. About how people have been brainwashed. He does seem to have a lot. He has like 22,000 Instagram followers.
Oh, that's not concerning.
And I haven't looked at his TikTok, but he's advertising he has one of those too.
It's just he posts the bike video every day.
Yeah, I scroll down and I see the post where he's talking about going to this expo, doing comedy there. Somebody asked him how he's going to cross the border because they still can't do that or something like that.
Was he Canadian or something?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Okay. Well, God damn it, all these fucking Canadians coming down here and being crazy.
Making me sick.
I mean, I'm telling you. The guy who hit Nancy Pelosi, fucking Steven Crowder.
Jim Carrey.
He's great, though.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck her. No.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Taking Oscars away from hardworking Americans.
Yeah, for Fatso's Last Stand.
Still haven't made myself see that.
Oh, I saw it.
Did you?
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. I somehow made myself see Tar, so if I can fucking handle 3 hours of that bullshit, I can handle the Fatso's Last Stand.
I saw Tar last night too. Way of Water.
Yeah. Tar. Calling Avatar Tar is so funny.
Got nominated for way more things than I thought it would.
With Kate Blanchett? No, with the Na'vi.
Yeah.
You dilettante? You Philistine?
God damn it, I can't find the post. But
you're going on a rabbit hole yourself right now.
I know.
I got too far down it. But he responded to the person asking about how he's going to cross the border.
Uh-huh.
He said some people or some airports aren't checking. and ground
airports are
transportation is not an issue. So he's kind of like admitting he's gonna scam his way through because I guess you're supposed to be vaccinated probably to be able to fly.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And he is so anti-vax, it's all over his fucking shit.
Yeah, I assume that's got to be a Canadian thing because American airports sure as shit aren't doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's coming from a different country, so
Right.
the laws are
Oh, that's
definitely
true.
different.
Yeah.
So he's planning on sneaking into the country.
So he might not even make it.
Yeah.
Wait,
hey, it might be an open slot.
I was about to say,
I was gonna
we should all
say.
go down there and be like, hey, I'll do the anti-vax convention.
I was gonna say, I was like, do you need tape?
Yeah. Ooh, man. Yeah, that's the Conscious Life Expo. So if y'all are looking for something to do next month, check it out.